Gamers, rise up! What's going on, losers? Welcome back to Fate Dark Souls, the series on my channel where I recreate a servant from the Fate series in a Soulsborne game and try to beat said game as said servant. By the way, that's the official name for my fanbase now. Losers. But don't worry, because that deal expires at the end of this video because I still have no idea what to actually call you guys. Anyway, in the last part 3, we beat the Bell Gargoyles, and it was easy. Please disregard the number behind the curtain. So next on the agenda, as promised, is Moonlight Butterfly. I think I've mentioned this before, but if that was in the audio I lost, the build I'm doing right now is not working for me. Glass Cannon is way too hard for someone who's trying to commentate and is new to that, so I've devised a new system. Basically, I'll be allotting 5 points to each skill that is associated with a skill in Fate based on the ranks that the servant I'm playing as has. Confused? Me too. Basically, Altera has a B in Strength, an A in Endurance and Agility, a B in Mana, an A in Luck, and an A+ in NP. So what I'll be doing is boosting the stats in Dark Souls that are associated with, for example, Agility, by 5 more points than Strength because Agility is an A rank skill for Altera, whereas Strength is a B rank. Using my current Strength as a baseline, my stats will be altered to the following. Vitality will be 25 because Endurance is an A rank. Attunement, which is basically your mana, will be 20. Endurance will be 25, which is self-explanatory. Strength will remain at 20. Dexterity, or Dark Souls Agility, will be boosted to 25. Resistance is 25. Intelligence, since it's most closely related to the scaling of your sorcery damage, will be our NP stat, which is A+, meaning it will be 27. The plus gives 2 extra points. Finally, Faith, being Luck, since Luck can be considered Divine Intervention or a Miracle, which is what Faith spells are literally called, will be 25. So again, Vitality is 25. Attunement is 20, Endurance is 25, Strength is 20, Dexterity is 25, Resistance is 25, Intelligence is 27, and Faith is 25. A shite fucking build for a swordswoman if I've ever seen one, but still better than the glass cannon we have now. I can't believe I was stupid enough to think that in an anime with skimpy outfits and scantily clad women, less armor actually meant less defense. She's a fucking beast of a tank with her A endurance and that A agility looking pretty fucking nice to boot. Also, for clarification's sake, I can increase stats beyond what I've just mentioned, but they have to remain 5 points apart as soon as possible if they are a rank apart in FGO. Anyway, that's why I challenged the Moonlight Butterfly this episode, to use the exploit with a held boss soul for infinite souls. I plan to use it to get my stats in order so that they reflect the graphic I just explained. So I dump a couple of points in Vitality to get started, decide not to kill Lautrec because Altera technically wouldn't know that he's bad Civ, so it's not what my character would do, get +1 Estus from the Firekeeper at Firelink, and head to Darkroot Garden. We see good Civ Andre and chat with him before running the fuck away from a Titanite demon, and we arrive at our destination. I get the secret bonfire, forget where the Moonlight Butterfly is because I haven't fought it in a long ass time, and finally remember it's a little hidden path to the right of the gate that requires the Crest of Artorius. Now, I like to think that I'm pretty decent at Dark Souls, but this, I lost to the Moonlight Butterfly a lot. As someone who typically thinks of Moonlight as an easy boss on the level of Pinwheel, this episode shattered me. I will never disrespect Moonlight ever again, because we're at about the 25-minute mark in my footage, and I recorded for 2 hours. I won't spoil how I beat it in the end, but it was both the easiest and most degrading thing I've ever done in Dark Souls, like across all 3 games. And so I died. Again. And again. Now on my 3rd attempt, I actually did pretty well, getting it down to about half health, but I was using Humanity to heal at that point, and I died when I used a Humanity, but died before gaining the health. It still took my fucking Humanity, which I'm still pissed about, but I didn't get any fucking health. So anyway, I started dying. Yeah, I died again, and don't worry, because I'd be doing a lot more of that soon enough. Suffice it to say this experience humbled me a bit, and that's coming from a guy who basically spent 2 entire parts of this series talking about how he sucks at something or other. I decided to go back to Firelink for 10 Estus, which was easy, but it wasn't worth the effort in the end. Dead, 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 dead. I was gun-shy about using my Estus at first because I didn't want to go all the way back to Firelink for more, but eventually I realized there was no point in having them if I didn't use them, so I did. And I still died. Take a shot every time I say dead or some variation of the word, I guarantee you'll die of liver failure in a couple of minutes. Now this experience certainly helped to train my dodging skills back up to form, but my damage output was laughable and my health was like a piece of wet paper. I now truly appreciate the mental willpower required to SL1 a Soulsborne game. A truly titanic feat. After fucking falling to my death on the way back to the boss room, losing about 1,500 souls and like 4 humanity, I was starting to get a little irate. I finally made it back and tried to use the same strat I used on the Bellboys, firebombs plus 10 plus 1 Estises, and it was a resounding failure. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen, you only firebomb once. Not a viable strat for somebody who dies north of often. I tried to compromise the integrity of this run by using the Gargoyle Axe for higher DPS, a shield for some defense, I used the boss door blocking cheese, I tried to live, which at this point seems off-brand for this run, I tried armor, I tried a bow and arrow for range, I tried gold pine resin for even more DPS, but I just die and die some more. Oh, and that's 2 more shots, by the way. I even got Moonlight to quarter health with gold pine and Garg Axe, but death. I die, go back, and another quarter health run later, and I'm dead again.
Another one, and another one.
On my way back to the boss room, I killed a snake to boost my confidence, which was at an all-time low, got the Moonlight to half health, and was killed again for my troubles. I tried using the Claymore for better DPS, which looked like the Gargoyle Axe for a second. Retrieved my humanity and used my homeward bone to run away like a little bitch. For the first time ever in this entire run, I restored my humanity. And I did so with a purpose, because I was about to do the unthinkable. Get Beatrice to help me with the Moonlight Butterfly. Swallowing my pride, I made my way back to the boss room, only to test my luck with the Stone Golem Warrior and fucking die! Losing my humanity. But it's fine, I can just recover that last humanity I was holding and restore myself. Right? Because nothing could go wrong with me using my last humanity, which is my only chance at this point to beat the Moonlight Butterfly with my sanity intact, right? I am a fucking moron and a fool who deserves death. But plot twist, I've got a twin humanity. I restore myself, get Beatrice, and we team up to get past the Golem Boy and fight the Moonlight. Beatrice does nothing at first, and I worry, until she hits it for half its health. Beatrice gets blown up, and I worry, until she gets back up like nothing happened. Beatrice doesn't do much, and I get hit for decent damage, and I start to worry, until she kills it. I am vindicated. And you know what? All things considered, it didn't even take that many attempts. Only took one try, though.